back to another episode of Customizing the Ride. It's your boy, Money Rich, the Real Swervo in the building. And I'm with my brother, D Really Reals. What's up, Real?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Y'all know who it is, man. D Really Rails, one half of Jen and Rails, man. I'm good on this end, brother. Just, day by day, man, grinding. And like I said, when we was backstage, man, trying to find some more hours in the day, man. That's it.
I wish we could, man. We could do that, but we'd be super.
Exactly. So I'm gonna find them though. I'm gonna find them.
And we have a special guest in the house tonight. My homegirl, Leah, aka Entrastang, in the building. What it do?
Good evening. Good evening. I don't have a cool introduction like you guys. I don't have a lot of words to spill on the introduction, so I'm just gonna say good evening.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
But you're very interesting, so we'll keep it at that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So why don't you tell Customize Any Ride about yourself?
Leah, I'm in Austin, Texas. I was born in Houston, so I appreciate Money Rich, the Real, holding it down with the correct hat. Really well. I don't know you. I don't know that hat.
Hold on. I got to stop you right now. I got to stop you right there real quick. This hat comes from one of the pristine universities here in North Carolina, Duke University. Exactly. We got the best coach in college sports history, in my opinion. So Duke Blue Devils all day, every day.
That is wonderful. You almost said it like they were paying you.
Hey, maybe that might influence them to break me off a little bit.
They got enough of it.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Man, Rails had that voice that can get him paid doing commercials.
Absolutely, man. We're working on that too.
He just said you have a radio face.
Yeah, I know. I caught that. I think I told him last time though. They told me I had a face for radio. What I mean? Yeah. But
I still respect though. Props for the voice, and not everyone has that radio voice, and they don't even have a face. So
hey, absolutely. But I ain't mean to stop you from
Oh,
I
no.
just had to clarify that. But you could go ahead and continue with the Houston.
I'm just saying, I was born in Houston, so I'm a Rockets, Texan, Astros fan. Even though we suck across the board, I still got to rock with my guys. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Big
but I'm in Austin, so they're big UT fans. We have a soccer team. I love sports. I play golf a lot. Actually, I'm old, so that's the only game I can play right now. So.
Hey, that's that relaxing sport though,
It is, and it's a great place to network. Business deals are done on the golf course.
Big business deals.
Those are my business deals, but business nonetheless.
Absolutely.
But it's a great place to network. So if you guys are ever in Austin and want to play some golf, please let me know.
Yeah.
So I told you guys, she's very interesting.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. And so the car is named Entrastang because I consider it an interesting Mustang build. I literally thought of it on the way to purchasing the car, and I knew it was going to be my car. Even though I had to chase the guy down, I got the car. It's mine. So I'm trying to trademark the name. I'm trying to make some money on the name, on the car. I have a lot of sponsors. Sweet Patina is one of them. So I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not going to sell this car. It's mine to keep.
No doubt.
So let's talk about that Mustang, that 1966. It is a 66, correct?
It is a 66.
Fastback.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that car. So why is this car so special to you?
I think it goes back to childhood. I had my dad gave me a 70 when I was like 11 or 12. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep it. At that point, I just enjoyed cars. Mustang was introduced first, so it kind of stuck. Later on, I had a few cars, but I always went back to Mustang. And so skip to maybe in my late 20s, my dad bought me a motorcycle. And then 2 years into owning that, a guy ran a stop sign, actually a childhood friend, ran a stop sign, ran me over, tore a lot of ligaments and whatnot. And my dad felt really bad because he was like, I got you the motorcycle. It's partly my fault. You know, as a kid, it's like, no, daddy, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get another motorcycle. My husband was like, no. And then I was like, please. And then I told my dad, he was like, pretty please don't get another motorcycle. If you get another classic car, I'll split it with you. I'll go in half. And, you know, when someone offers you a lot of money, you got to take it, right?
Absolutely.
So took his money, bought a 64 and a half coupe that my dad told me, he was like, just get another classic Mustang, understand the car, fix that one up, sell it, and buy your dream car. And that's exactly what I did.
Smart man.
Yeah.
We have a question already. ZTRD. How do you feel about UT and OU joining the SEC?
Good question.
So I don't know a lot of college sports. In fact, my brain hurts to think about it. But I've been watching the news, and a lot of people say that the UT sucks right now. So it's not going to benefit them to move into another bracket. However, the dollar signs equate to UT making a lot more money. And I don't know if you've ever been to Austin, but UT owns a part of Austin. Like they don't have to abide by the city rules. They make their own rules. They almost make their own money. They make UT bucks. Like they say what they say goes. And so I think this is all of at the end of the day, it's a dollar sign. It's not a power move. They're not powerful enough to, warrant that. So
it don't sound like it got nothing to do with sports to me. You know what I mean?
And right now it doesn't.
I could imagine the lawlessness that goes on around there, and if they hold the the land of the law around there, I'm like, man, can you imagine what goes on there? Like, nah, that's a student here. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that. That's crazy.
Man, and if you have money, if you're an alumni, oh man, you have a lot of pull.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, when you get done with the car, what's the main objective? Or is it going to be a show car? Is it going to be something that you drive like here and there? What's the main objective of the car?
The above.
All the above?
I want to take it to a show, and I want to show off all of the sponsors. I have a lot of sponsors going into this car. To me, it's a lot,
Yeah.
I also want to promote Black females owning classic cars. That's not a Pinto. That's not a car that's looked down upon.
Yeah.
Granted, Mustangs are, they say a dime a dozen, but they're harder and harder to come by, especially fastback. So I want to be a Black female promoting having that car that all the other guys want. And then last but not least, I actually want to take it to the drag strip and do a little bit of drag racing.
Oh, so you talking about show and go then?
That's what I'm gonna put on a shirt. Show and go.
Oh man, that's all right there. Show and go. That's it.
Hey, if y'all don't know what the fastback look like, I'm gonna show y'all right here what it look like.
So yeah, that's the day I brought it to the shop. It was dusty and whatnot. Put it back. You can see the pallet in the back because it didn't have brakes.
Yeah.
Keep it from rolling out the back.
Roll out the back of the shop.
Yeah, 2 minutes later it'd be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was its first day in Austin.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. It's dope to see classics in that form, and then you're able to see them once they're start to get around 50% complete, and then 75% complete, and you document those stages of the build, man. So that's something that I'm sure a lot of people are going to follow behind.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks though. I can't do the work myself, but the shop that it's at, Gus's Garage, I go there every week, and he's always explaining things to me, so I will understand my car.
Yeah.
I hope to maintain it myself, but no, I can't build it on my own. It's taking a village right now, and Gus is my village, and I really do appreciate it because he's not trying to rake the coals over my eyes or break the bank. He understands like this is kind of a partnership right now, so I do appreciate that.
Gotcha. That's what's up.
But you know what? They're doing a great job because I ain't gonna say you had me fooled, but in your videos, you most definitely know what you are talking about, and you most definitely listen to what they're telling you.
Yeah.
You most definitely repeating the right things.
Yeah, I don't want to sound silly. And sometimes I do say, like, I don't know what this part is, social media fam, help me out. I don't want to pretend like I know, but I do want, if I ask a question and you give me the answer, I try to retain it.
Right. And that's good because, I mean, you're doing a great job on the car. So when you get it back to pristine condition, are you going to put your custom touch on it, or are you going to go all the way back to showroom, to the original showroom form of the car?
No. So the 64 and a half, I put an absurd amount of money into the paint and body. And I told myself I would never do that again, with my own dollar. I'd rather learn how to paint before I pay somebody that much money to paint a car. Right. So the goal for this car, which it actually lends to this company, Sweet Patina, is I want to rock the original paint, which is metallic green. And metallic green goes really well with the rust color, which turns to a brown or a red. And so minus the actual rust that corrodes away and actual corrosion, I'm going to get rid of that. But other than that, I'm going to rock the patina. I mean, it's hi, Alvin Kynes. I'm going to rock the patina because I want to put that money into the quality of the car that I'm driving as opposed to what you're going to see me driving.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You don't want the thing to be sitting in the yard looking pretty, you know what I mean? And when you can have it, like you said, in top-notch mechanical condition.
Driving, yeah. And that other car, man, I didn't want people to touch it. I didn't want people, I was afraid of door dings. I don't need that kind of stress. The stress I want is I got to make it to the gas station because I just gapped this food, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So is the car going to be automatic or manual? Are you a manual driver?
I feel silly, but I don't feel silly. I know how to drive a motorcycle, but manual cars, I can't quite get it. And then, thank you, Alvin Kynes. In Austin, we have a lot of hills and we have a lot of traffic. And I just feel like I would, press the clutch when I should have pressed the gas or the brake, roll into somebody, hit somebody. It's going to be automatic. And that's one less thing I have to focus on the drag strip. I can just press go and focus on going straight.
Now, if you definitely go into the drag strip, I definitely, roll with, automatic because no human shift faster than an automatic transmission can shift. I don't care.
Is dialed in.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Now, myself, as being someone that rode motorcycles for about 18 years, I believe. It's that when you said that you can ride a bike, but you can't really grasp the car, I was like, wow, because typically it's the other way around. Like people can drive a manual car, but they can't, grasp the concept of transferring that to a motorcycle. So
I guess it's because I learned on a motorcycle first.
That's exactly why.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
And know what? I prefer to know how to drive a motorcycle over a stick car.
A motorcycle's a lot more fun. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I sold my last. I had a Harley Street Glide special that I sold about 2.5 years ago. So that was the last one. That was my first cruiser actually too, because I had rode crotch rockets all the way up to the end. Oh yeah,
heavy.
Yeah, whenever they have to teach you how to lift the bike off the ground if it ever falls, because you ain't gonna just pick it up like a regular bike. Like you got to turn your back to it, squat down, get your hands on it, and it's like you doing deadlifts in the gym, or something like that, So
and hope you're on a flat surface because that boy rolling.
Hey, absolutely. But that was very interesting to know, though.
Yeah, motorcycles are fun.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why I ain't never get a bike. Well, I had one, rode it. Long story, but I don't know, man. I just ain't a bike rider, man. Matter of fact, you know what? I still have one just sitting in storage.
It's not for everybody, though.
No. And it's the idiots around you that you really have to worry about, not
Yep. That's the main thing.
your space around your car is small. You can control that. Space around a car, depending on who's driving it, they don't know what's going on at that back wheel.
That's it.
So where do you find this rare car at? Where do you find it at originally?
On Facebook Marketplace. I was looking online and I saw it. I had the money. I messaged the guy. I was like, I'm coming tomorrow, cash in hand. Older white gentleman, love him to death. He's so sweet. He was like, okay. And I was like, okay. So I knew the city he lived in, Copper's Cove, which is in maybe 2 hours from here. Not even 2 hours. I had a friend drive me down because it was an older white guy, and I didn't want to just show up at his house. I'm like, I watched a lot of movies. I could have got stolen. Anyway. So I'm in the city and I'm messaging him and I'm like, hey, I'm in your city. What's your address? Where's the car? No response. I do reverse lookup, try to find his number, call him straight to voicemail. I was like, this dude just ghosted me. I'm like, he's old. Like, you're too old to ghost people. Like, young people do that. So then I got a little detective-y and I found his home address. I went to his house, knocked on his door, looked around. My friend was like, he's not here. So we left. I was like, turn around one more time. Like, let's check one more time. I know this is going to work. So I went up there and I did the police knock, like all my strength. This guy was like probably 6'5", older white guy, like swung the door open. I jumped back about 2 or 3 feet. I was like, it's me. We talk. I'm here for the Mustang. It was like, oh, I didn't know who that was knocking like that. I was like, hey, I got money. It was like, oh, I had to. Bikes are fun but dangerous. They are.
Yeah.
I had to. Sorry, the comments made me lose my thought.
Are you good?
Yeah, he said he had to turn his phone off because he kept getting so many messages about the car. And, only old people do that. They just turn off their phone. Like, they don't close the app. They just turn off the phone.
Turn
I was
the
like,
whole phone off.
I got 3 calls. That's a lot.
And so he was like, oh, well, follow me. I'll take you to the car. I was like, it's not in this garage right here. He was like, no, it's in inner city. So we went into the city. It was this old AC building. He used to have a company and the son, and he closed it down and he used it as storage. Excuse me. He opened up the storage and it was like 10, maybe 5 Mustangs.
Wow.
2 hot rods and a bunch of old classic cars. And I was like, you have a gold mine right here. He was like, yeah, this is what I do in my spare time with all of the money I've made from having a successful business. And I was just blown away. And he was like, that Mustang was the last one in. Yeah, the last one in. So it's the first one I'm going to sell because I'm never going to get around to it. Gotcha. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, because that is literally the car I want. And long story short, he delivered it to me in Austin.
Oh, so, wow.
Very, very kind guy. And I keep up with him. He keeps up with the build on Facebook. And literally, I say I found it in my backyard because normally I would have been driving to California, Arizona, somewhere, dry weather because I didn't want a rust bucket.
Got you.
So.
Wow. So how long have you been restoring the car so far? So how long have you had it?
2 years. Yeah. So like maybe 2 or 3 months after I had it, my dad came down and we took everything out of it. I sold what I didn't want. And I kept all the stuff I wanted to reinstall, like the interior. And from that point on, Gus's Garage moved shops, but still has my car. Gotcha. He's basically going at a pace that is comfortable for me.
Oh, okay. That's dope for, a shop to do that. Cause, sometimes, when you have a build that's, going to be that monumental, you just really want them to take their time with it. You know what I mean? And just, I ain't trying to get you to get me in and get me out. You know what I mean? Just, take your time with it, you know what I'm saying? And it'll come along when it come along. So those are the type of shops that I like to deal with myself.
Yeah, and not getting a bill every month because my car
That
sat for
too.
3 weeks waiting for
Mm-hmm.
parts. Little stuff like that go a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So who got you into cars when you was growing up? Like, who was that main person in your life when you was like, man, this car is nice, this car is beautiful, this is what I want to do when I get older? Who was that person for you?
Oh, it was definitely my dad. He bought and sold cars so much that I would come home like from school and be like, "Oh, we have a visitor," and my dad would be like, "No, I just bought this car."
Another car.
Like, "Oh, okay."
Hey,
As a kid, he bought cars, and when he saw something else he'd like, he'd go park that car in the backyard and start on another car, rebuild it, drive it a little bit, and then he see another car he liked. He parked that car in the back, and so he got to the point where he had like 20 cars at one time
wow.
that he just fixed up, bought, and parked. My Mustang that I own is a 66. Yeah, and I used to have a 64 and a half coupe, which is pretty interesting because 60 is literally on the title is 64 and a half, 64.5. So they used to do half years back in the day. So
Yeah.
hi.
G Money. Salute to G Money in the building.
Love.
Yeah, man, we got, a lot of people hopping up in here, man, checking out the podcast, man. Destroyer 1320, Lefty, Alvin Kynes in the building, man. Of course, ZTRD's up in here. Was that Drayson Jones Green in here, man? So, and of course, my couples channel, that's my better half over there, Jen and Rail's channel up in the building, and of course, Mr. Hustle Hard in the building, man. So everybody came here, man, to check out what's going on with this Mustang, man.
No, I'm so excited that you guys invited me on. You guys were the first invite to do a podcast, so I was nervous, but I managed to squeeze in 2 right before you guys. So I was like,
oh, okay,
it's not so bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad. It's just like having a conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, and with work, everything is Zoom and Teams, so I'm on the screen all day, every day. So it's like this is just a part of the game right now.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Whoa.
All right, man. You okay?
Man, now
it's an earthquake, man.
11:30. Pimping the stress.
So how did you get your start in YouTube and Instagram?
YouTube, I've had one for years. I review products. I review products for Best Buy, Home Depot, just random. I buy a lot of things. I review them and then I sell them. I don't like to keep things for a very long time. Unlike, my Mustang, I'll keep it forever. But everything else, other than my husband and my Mustang, I'm burning and churning. So Instagram or YouTube is just a place to dump everything. I can't quite manage it as well as I do Instagram because I'm on Instagram daily, checking the likes, the comments, the messages. There I'm able to interact more personally. Honestly, YouTube is kind of filled with a bunch of weirdos sometimes. And so I find myself like erasing comments and I don't know, I can't man both stations. So right now I'm focusing on Instagram.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense though. So sometimes, a lot of that stuff can get out of hand, and but I would say this though. YouTube has certain filters that you can jump into in the background, and you can alleviate a majority of that stuff. But I noticed there are some people that they lock in on Instagram because just as you can become monetized on YouTube, you can get monetized on Instagram, and really make some good money, on there as well. So it's one of like, pick your poison, which one you want to choose.
Yeah, and I don't ever plan to make money from either. I just enjoy it for what it is, which is a social media outlet, and I'm trying to build that car community. If I ever start getting paid for it, at that point, my attention is really split between my daytime job and something that could potentially, honestly, I'm not social media I'm not that person. I
Gotcha.
can't stay in front of the screen. I enjoy people like you who bring us out of the woodworks for a little bit and then let us go back
in.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what, man? You kind of doing a great thing because you're doing a video that can last for forever. You're doing a 1966 Mustang, right?
Yeah.
And people will look back on your videos and see how you did certain things.
So, I definitely use other people's all the time. And so I have to get better at tagging my stuff and bringing out those keywords for when people are looking for an intake that will fit under the hood with the 351, because I have to make sure that I hone in on those special words so that when someone is doing a search, mine does pop up.
Yep.
And I also have to get better at making my videos helpful, not just dumping information out there, but actually, honestly, if they have a question, they can ask me. But I do like those helpful videos when I tap in and I can, swing to 3 minutes and 15 seconds and find the answer that I was looking for. So I do have to get better at that. But yeah, definitely.
Gotcha. You know what? Somebody who's great at keywords? That man right there.
Just a little bit, I got a little time in the game. It's keywords is essentially the key to getting your videos to rank and search and stuff like that. A lot of people they want their videos to be seen, but they might title a video like, "Hey, I went to the park and I seen this type of car." That's not gonna rank and search. You have to title your videos as what you would be searching in YouTube or on Instagram. So, you looking for an air intake for a 66, you know what I'm saying? So video title, what type of air intake, goes in a 66, fastback or whatever. Put a question mark at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like you have to, because ain't nobody gonna search Relly Rails went to a car meet and seen, Stunner Reese. They're not gonna search for, that's not a search term, So, and what happens is, though, when you start structuring them like that, then they start to get picked up on Google search. You know what I mean? And that's where you really want to be at, is on Google search, because once again, ain't nobody going to Google search for my name. But if on our couples channel, me and Jen, we do a video talking about a family day out, how to spend a family day out, or skating, go-karting, and so it's a lot to go into it. But
it's a rabbit hole, really. I mean,
it is, and I give a lot of credit to Jen, because she immersed herself into learning all of that, and I learned a lot of it from her as well, on how to put our videos out there to where they get the views that we want and stuff like that. Like we dropped one today, I think, what was it, at 12 o'clock, I believe we dropped that video today, and it's got 20,000 views on it right now, you know what I'm saying? So it's all on. It's a lot, but me, I'm just to let everybody know, myself and Jen on our channel, we help people out, through our channel memberships. My brother E Vapors and myself, we're gonna reach out to a couple people, and we're gonna be doing some sort of like channel reviews, live on Instagram as well. So you know what I mean? But if you have any questions or whatnot, you can always feel free to
you
hit us up.
You just don't know. I'm going to be asking some random questions.
Hey, no doubt. No doubt. Like I said, because I know if I don't know it, I know Jen know it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So we'll make sure, you get the answer you need.
Nice. Yeah. And my husband is on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, probably an accumulative amount of maybe 30 minutes a day. And I'll see him like my stuff, and I'll be like, "Oh, you're on!" And before I can get to it, he's out. So yeah, he doesn't have that input, but he's a huge support. So that's awesome.
That's all that matter right there.
Yeah.
So Leah, why don't you name some of the sponsorship and some of the people that helped you out along the way to build your car?
Oh, yes. So Gus's Garage. That is literally where my car is at, in Austin, Texas. Sweet Patina is a solution that you can put onto a car that will basically stop surface rust and kind of preserve the original paint that you're trying to make pop. You know, older cars kind of just have that dull look to it. It's still a decent paint job. What I was thinking about doing was just cleaning my car really good and then spray painting it with a gloss. But I don't always want my rusty car to shine, and I think that's kind of a contradiction. And so this Sweet Patina, you wipe it on, you leave it on for about 20 minutes, and then you wipe it off, and it just has like a natural glow, not a shine. It just has a natural glow. Right. And so they also make detailing solutions for windows, interior, engine bay, trunk, underbody. Like they cater to cleaning classic cars, and so I'm happy to be working with them. H3R Performance is a fire extinguisher that, I mean, if you have a fast car or a car that you love, you do not want to ever have a car fire and be without a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they're really small. They don't look ugly and out of place. I mean, you can tuck them away somewhere. I do suggest putting them in a place you can get to quickly. So I don't plan on having a center console for a while. So I'm going to just put mine right in the middle because honestly, if I ever have a car fire, I'd cry, and then I'd put the fire out, and then I'd cry. But it has all new electrical, so I don't think it'll ever have a wire fire.
Gotcha.
And then Black Widow, they are the mufflers that I'm putting on the car. I think I got Race Venom too, so it's gonna sound great. You're gonna hear me coming before you see me. And then I'll leave you with a little rumble as I pass you. So that's pretty cool. Their mufflers have like this weld line in the shape of an X or a Black Widow, and I know it's something no one will ever see because it's under my car. But it's little things like that I enjoy that I know about my car. So if it's ever up under a lift, I can like that's beautiful under there. And so those are the products that I enjoy putting on my car. Next is Texan Mosquito System. This has nothing to do with cars, but the owner loves classic cars. He likes my car. He actually has a business in Houston, and he's branched out to Dallas, Oklahoma. I mean, he has systems in Florida. He basically is a misting system because I don't know if y'all been to Texas during mosquito season, but they're like little pterodactyls, and they're trying to pick up little kids and take them off. I know. So a lot of people put the candles out. They do their own sprays, and then next week or next few days, the mosquitoes are right back out. So Texan Mosquito System, they hide this little tube along fence lines under your fence. Companies can have it installed, but it basically rids your property of mosquitoes mostly, and then the bugs. And so that, I mean, I just appreciate that for what it is. It's killing stuff that has no real purpose in life. I don't know why mosquitoes exist, but they need that. And then lastly, Ace's Fuel Injection. This is one of my biggest sponsors. They sent me a complete fuel injection system. So I got the distributor, I got the MSD, I got spark plug wires, boots, a screen so that I can dial in my fuel injection, which is Phytech. So yeah, it's an entire kit. So yeah, they're pretty awesome as well. Ace's fuel injection. All of their stuff is black. I plan on blacking out my engine bay, so that worked perfectly.
Gotcha.
and I'm working on a couple other sponsors. So yeah.
That's what's up, girl. You got it going on now.
Hey.
Yeah. You know, I never get afraid to ask for anything.
Right.
The worst you can do is say no.
That's
Right.
it.
And in fact, some people say stop begging. That's not even the worst. The worst to me is you just said no.
Right.
You can talk about me, degrade me. All I did was ask a simple question. Would you like to have me promote your product on my car? If you say no, I will go separate ways. If you say maybe not now, I will follow up with you. If you say yes, I will hold my end of the deal. So I ask anything car related. And as you can tell, Texan Mosquito Systems is not car related, but they have purchased a radiator for my car and a low car shifter.
Oh,
so
wow.
I will ask anybody who wants to have their business promoted, and I want to continue to grow my car community and promote these businesses in the process.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's actually Mosquito System. I need some around here. But this be my last question. I'm gonna pass it on to my boy Relly. I know you real big into classic cars. Actually, I know you love classic cars. What modern car right now will make you forget about your Entrastang?
Modern car that will make me forget about my car?
Yeah, right.
None. Nada.
Nothing.
No.
So we can't buy like in a Lambo or Ferrari or something crazy, stupid, expensive. It won't even get you to even bite.
I mean, why? First of all, why? And then most all of them are manual, so I can't drive it anyway. And it's not how much the car is worth; it's how much the car is worth to you. And so you can have a $1 million car, and then you could have your very first car that you made your first million in. Which car is going to be worth more to you? So, yeah, my daily driver is actually going to the shop in a couple of days. Crazy. I'll try to give you the short version. I parked it on the street. I never park it on the street. City bus came by, blew a tire, and actually cracked my windshield and broke a piece of plastic off and busted a window in our house. So I have to take it to the dealership to get fixed up. So I drive an Audi A4 as my daily driver.
Okay, Audi gang.
Yeah, this is my second lease. I don't want to own an Audi; too expensive.
Oh, that maintenance is something serious on them.
Yeah, so just the windshield, $1,800. I'm like, no, that's crazy.
That's crazy, stupid.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna pay it. The city.
No. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think after this lease, which is up next year, I think I'm gonna shift to either BMW or maybe Infiniti. I have no allegiance to any new cars. Like, if you give me a good deal and it's a nice car, I'll drive it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Well, interesting. Do you prefer Leah or which?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So I just want to give you the official welcome to Customize Any Ride podcast. We appreciate you for taking the time out and coming on here because you could have been anywhere doing anything, but you decided to take a few moments out of your day to answer a couple questions and to let the audience get to know who you are and what you got going on. So we really appreciate that from you. Now, when I, started doing, a little bit of research and knowing who you are and what you, had going on, the main thing for me, as what we've been discussing, is the 66 Fastback Mustang. Now, when I seen that car, one of my top 10 movies came to mind, and that was Gone in 60 Seconds. Eleanor.
Classic.
That car was, I mean, like, I don't know. I can't remember any other car in the movie. I'll just tell you that, except for Eleanor, which Nick Cage drove in the movie. So is that something like, were you into that movie back then? And he was like, I'm gonna get me one of those one day,
1967 Mustang Shelby GT 500. I wanted that car.
Yeah.
And then I realized everybody else wanted that car.
Yep.
And then I realized everybody else wanted that car so bad they would get a 66, a 65, and make it into an Eleanor. And then I found out you can't name your car Eleanor, or the people will come and get that car from you. So that just made me realize I don't need that car. I don't want that car.
Yeah, I found that out when I went to a car show in Memphis when I was living in Memphis, and there was a guy that he had one in which he made it look like Eleanor, and that was one thing that when we were talking to him about the car, he said like you can't do that. He was like there was a guy that had Eleanor tags somewhere on one of them, and he went through a heap of legal issues behind that. So y'all out there. Don't play with that Eleanor name, if you don't want them legal problems.
And so if anybody thinks the word Entrastang is cool and wants to jump on that boat, in about 6 months, you cannot.
Hey, let them know now. Yeah, I wouldn't even tell them that. I'll just go ahead and trademark that joint and be a done deal, because you never know. If you go ahead and you probably want to keep stuff like that under wraps because somebody from Ford might be watching. They might say, you know what, that's a good idea. Let me go in there tomorrow morning and trademark Entrastang. So
I actually emailed Ford about some of my ideas. You know what? I don't have the patience to follow through, but I have a ton of ideas. And so one of my ideas was an automatic front window shade. You know how like us dummies here in Texas, we put up a window shade when we leave the car. I was like, you have an automatic window shade for the rear for some of these fancy cars. Why don't you have one for the front?
Keep the heat out.
I wouldn't have said that. That's a good idea.
Hey, look, we got Fly by G Money in here. He worked for Ford, man. So we need to get G Money. We need a plug, man. We need to plug the Ford.
Yeah, guys. Hey, run with it. But I thought that would be a good idea for Ford because at the time I think I had a new Ford Fusion.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like just share my ideas. If it comes into fruition, it's like I had that idea. I'm not gonna think about the millions of dollars I could have had because more money, more problems. But anyway,
that's it. That's what they say. So now, we hear how near and dear this car is to you, and you say that you're never, ever, ever, ever gonna let this car go. Now, let's say this: if there was no such thing as a Ford Mustang in history. What do you think your classic favorite would probably be?
So Camaros are kind of next.
Camaros?
It's like Camaros, Chevelles, split window Corvettes.
He likes that. He Chevy gang over there.
Yeah. So I can't even say what my favorite would be because Mustang will always be around.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, if my husband allows me to, I will have one of each. So I want a Mustang, I want a Camaro, and I want a Chevelle.
Hey, and you definitely can't go wrong with that Chevelle.
And guess what? I heard Chevy's coming out with a new Chevelle.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get my hopes up, but I hope they do. But I'm pretty sure
this new stuff, though.
Yeah,
this new stuff is just.
Whenever I get torn on the fence when they bring back stuff. You know what I mean? Like Dodger's talking about bringing back the CUDA. You know what I mean? And making that being the electric version. I'm just like, what I know a CUDA as. Don't mess it up. Like to me,
gonna mess it up. They gonna mess it up.
They like Chevy did the Impala when they made it into a family sedan. You know what I mean? Like,
they messed it up.
When I hear Impala, I'm thinking about a 6.4 Impala. You know what I'm saying? I even think about the 9596. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Impala, but you turn that thing into a family sedan. I'm like, man, like it's don't. We can't do that. We can't do that. So I hope if they do bring a new one that they will, definitely pay, and pay homage to the OG, at the end of the day. Now you talked about your dad as being the inspiration, in you getting in the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How influential is like everything that he's taught you, and up to this day, is he involved in this? You know what I mean? This
Definitely.
build. How much is he involved in, and what does that really mean to you?
It's so awesome because one, I still have my dad in my life, and two, he kind of knows how to use a cell phone now. So I can text him this picture and be like, "Hey, what is this part of the car?" Like he explained what a freeze plug was. Like it was a short 20-minute conversation, but that's 20 minutes I'm always gonna, remember. And honestly, it's those little short chats that, it's like, it's my way of saying, hey, is everything okay? How you doing? Let's talk cars, and for fathers, you may not be, know how to say, I love you and I care for you. You may talk differently to show how much you care for your children. I think my dad shows that by talking cars. And so I really do appreciate those short conversations. And sometimes he says he doesn't know, and he'll tell me to ask Gus. And then I appreciate his honesty because he's not just, blowing smoke. And so it's like, I don't know. You can't put a dollar sign on that, and you can't replace that either. So
yeah, definitely. Like, he may say, "Hey, you got that car looking pretty good." That might be his way of saying that he loves you or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
I taught you right.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Absolutely. Hey, shout out to Queen B in the building. Shared out your live stream. Appreciate that, Queen B. Appreciate you sharing it out.
Thank you.
You've ran down several sponsors that you have in this build. Now, a lot of the younger generation in this newer muscle car game, I think they kind of got sponsorship and discount confused. You mentioned that, hey, this company bought a new radiator for my build, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so forth and so on. I see all of these younger guys, and it's more so in the Mopar community. They'll put in their Instagram bio, sponsored by this car cleaning product, sponsored by Lighting Trends, and sponsored by, like, dude, you get a 20% or a 10% discount on, like,
you don't have to pay tax.
Yeah, I'm retired Navy. I can get those types of discounts any day of the week, just about anywhere.
Oh man.
So let people understand the importance of having sponsorships on a build like this, because we know this is not going to be a cheap build. So I let them know how important to have solid sponsors behind you.
So I will say I started off strong and solo. I knew what I wanted, and I started making those purchases ASAP. And I do appreciate Gus letting me make those purchases, even though he might have made a suggestion and I went a different route. And to this day, his route was better, but he let me make my own suggestions.
Okay.
And make my own purchases. And so I bought a lot of things on my own because I wanted to start the build. I wanted to show my sponsors that, hey, I'm serious. I've already put X amount of dollars into this project.
Yeah.
You're kind of right now the icing on the cake. I mean, granted, I need a radiator, but being able to have someone purchase a radiator for me, I have to have a radiator in the car. Yeah. That company is forever going to be a part of my build.
Yeah.
The shifter, I need a shifter. Aces, they like I said, sent that care package. I have to have a distributor.
Yep.
I don't have to have new seats. But did I, reach out to, a company and say, hey, I love to have your seats in my car. And they actually responded back. It was actually Brom Racing, said, hey, we've already met our sponsor quota for this year, but here's a company that you can work with and they can give you a really good discount.
Gotcha.
No, I don't consider that a sponsor, but thank you for the discount.
Yeah.
I don't really need new seats. Like I said, I already have seats. But if you're willing to give me that product for free, in turn, I will promote your product all day, every day, for as long as I have the car. To me, that goes a long way. And, you know, it could be as little as new door handles. I have to have a door handle to get in my car. So I'm going to appreciate that company for sending me those door handles. Kim Diggett, if you're listening, I would like to have your door handles on my car. So it's stuff like that. You know, I bought the motor, I bought the transmission, I bought the heart of the car. Everything else are small things, but they all add up to make my car run perfectly. And so I do appreciate the sponsors. Sweet Patina, although I don't need Sweet Patina, this company actually has a very good charity in that they promote, I think it's ALS. They have a charity for ALS. So this is a company that has a very humble beginning, and they're backing something that's very important as far as our health is concerned. And so companies like that I like to work for. It could be the biggest, it could be CJ Pony Parts. If you're going to send me parts, I appreciate it. Thank you. But they already have a huge following. The smaller companies I do enjoy working with, though.
So and like that's what I wanted, you know, people that have small businesses to really think about things like that. You know, if you're really, you know, you're small business and you want to get some more you know, momentum behind your business and stuff like that, you know, you have people like yourself out here, you know, with these builds and stuff, and you can say, you know what, I want to participate in her build. I want, you know, to be able to do a sponsorship collab with Leah and, you know, Entrastang. And now this car is going to all these car shows, and it's, you know, we're going to speak it into existence, going to be in all these magazines and stuff like that. And your brand could be there and have the potential to be seen by, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, you know. So
definitely,
you got a small business that's, you know what I mean, doing good things, you know, reach out to people like her, you know what I mean, and see what she would be able to offer on her end, you know. So it ain't rocket science. I was about to say something that I'm about to do, but I can't spill the beans because like a lot of things that me and Jen do, like we tried like 2 or 3 times to make sure it works before we say anything, you know what I mean, to everybody else. But just what you're doing right there kind of puts me in mind of what, you know, we might look into doing. So but that's pretty dope though.
And I feel bad though, sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I feel bad though, because a lot of the smaller companies are just that. They're small. They're maybe just now starting out, and all they see is someone asking for something free. And I get it. You know, if that's how you feel, then I guess you don't truly understand what a sponsorship is. And that's why I take it very serious when people send me their product. If I'm on a screen, I'm wearing your product. If I'm taking pictures of your product on my car, next to my car. I just started Sponsor Sunday. Every Sunday, I'm going to bring out a new sponsor. Even though I only have 6, you're going to see those same 6 every Sunday because I won't have the same 5,000 followers every Sunday. I may have 5,017. So I'm going to present those sponsors to the 17 new followers I have, minus all the bots, which I absolutely hate. But it's getting your product in front of a new audience every single day. I mean, there's millions and millions of people on social media, and you can't give it to the people who bury your stuff in other things. And so you kind of want that one-on-one relationship with your sponsors.
Absolutely. Because, you know, I tell people, look at it like this. When I would tell people about advertising their YouTube channel, right? I was like, you know, some people like, man, I ain't putting no banner on my car. I ain't putting no decal on my car with my YouTube channel. I say, check this out. I want you on your way to work or on your way to school or wherever you're going at, count the cars that you pass by. You know what I mean? And this for the people with these smaller businesses, when you're on the fence about, you know, imagine how many cars would potentially pass your business decal or whatever it is. And then I want you to take a week and count how many people actually come to your business. And see, you know what I mean, the numbers and see the difference, you know. So that's just the way I think about it. I mean, if you really want your business to take off or your brand to take off, it's definitely, worth doing that,
Definitely.
Now, you are, I want to say it the correct way, like you're a rarity in the car building game, as you being a female, and a female of color, you're a rarity. So if there's a 16 or 17-year-old that has the same the same love for cars like you do, and they're thinking about just getting out there and getting it to it, like you, but they're a little hesitant, a little nervous because per se it's a male dominated field and stuff like that. What kind of words of encouragement would you have to that 16 or 17-year-old girl?
Well, first off, there's people like you that support us.
Mm-hmm.
So the good thing is you're going to continue to find support.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be willing to look for it.
Yeah.
Do not get down on yourself if you can't achieve your goal within a set amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're alive, you still have time.
Absolutely.
If you're young, I count the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're young, you can go in all different types of directions.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, as a young person, if you don't have that support at home, go to a shop.
Yeah.
Go to a friend's house who's always working on cars. Try to find that local support system, and then jump into it. I wouldn't do it alone because it could be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But once you do get that support, you find in person, online, social media, YouTube, like stay on top of it. Don't let it go, because that's the knowledge that you want to build on. And then, bring a friend, bring your girlfriend, like say she just wants to look cute in the car with you. That's someone else to be with you. Sometimes I go to car shows by myself. I'm like, oh, I wish my husband could have made it. Yeah. So now I find another friend that could go with me. Yeah. Just having that, being able to have a conversation at a car show and not be by yourself and think, no one's going to come and talk to me. You have to have that courage to step out and try it. And the worst that could happen, you could just figure out it's just not for you. But more often than not, you're gonna fall head first into it, and just like you're not gonna want to turn back. You're gonna find something that you love, and you're gonna keep at it. And so I do appreciate forums like this, platforms like this, because they will get to see a Black female who's into cars, who's into sports, who's married to a Black man, who has, struggles, but, you keep pushing on with the things you love, because that's the stuff that gets you through it. So keep your head up. And if you ever have any questions, females, guys, whatever, hit me up on Instagram, YouTube. I try to answer all the questions. If you come at me sideways, I'll just delete you. So it's all good.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking the time out to let me ask you a couple of questions. Everybody out there, I'm sure, is going to definitely be following the bill, because to me, I feel like this is definitely a one of a kind bill to follow from this stage, on through, just your time with the car until you get it to where you want to be at. So I definitely appreciate that, and hand it back to the homie Money Rich, the real Swerve.
Thank you, Rail.
Yes, sir.
Now, we got a few more minutes, but while we still here, let's talk about that merch line. I see you had some hats that looks pretty nice.
I sure do have a hat, and it can't fit on my hair when it's natural. I can only wear it when I straighten my hair. But that's actually the license plate that I want to get on my car. It says Entrastang on the top. When I go to car shows now, I don't have a car that I actively show. I park my daily driver in the back. And I have cards that I hand out with the rendering of my 66. and then I usually wear my Entrastang hat. And so if one of those, if I can start a conversation with my hat, or I usually have an Entrastang shirt, if I can start a conversation, I give them my card, which takes them to my IG. And a couple of shows ago, I found a 66 Mustang. It's red. It's on my page. It had exactly the engine that I wanted, and it was so inspirational. I was like, so it can be done. Like, I haven't seen it in person, but it can be done. And so when I go out to car meets, I'm either wearing a sponsored shirt or my Entrastang hat, and it starts a conversation. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
That's cool. So, is there anything, it could be sports related or whatever, that you are good at that nobody knows about you?
You mean, what sport could you possibly play that costs the most money other than, nope, there's only one sport. It is golf.
You know where I'm going.
Oh my God. If I'm not pouring money into my Mustang, I'm pouring money into my golf game. And so me and my husband, we were in a league. It ends this week. We play every Wednesday, 9 holes. We have our tournament on Saturday. I just found out what flight I'm in. So me and my husband are competing against each other. So,
wow.
Yeah. Last year I didn't enter. My husband entered the tournament and he won, and we ended up having the same score. So I was like, I'm going to enter this year.
So a little in-home rivalry going on.
Yeah, if one of us wins, we all win, and by that means we get to share the money.
That's it. That's
the way you got to do it. So, who's better though, you or him? What was the better golfer?
I'm not gonna lie. This season, I dialed into something, and I've been two putting. I've been getting off the tee good. My fairway shots are good. And I've been shooting my lowest ever.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what's going on with my husband. He's usually good off the tee. Like, he can pass me 100 yards off the tee. And his putting, he switched putters. So maybe that's it. But this season, according to the stats, I had the better record.
She said numbers don't lie. So hey, well, you have your on and off seasons, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but if you, like I said, last season, you guys, essentially shot the same score, when he entered the tournament. So that's good that both of y'all are that good though.
Yeah, he is from a family of golfers. I'm married into a family of golfers. They hold tournaments every year. I mean, when it's $50 to play and your clubs, and you have $2,000 worth of clubs, like, you're gonna take it serious.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. You got no choice.
No, yeah. Are you out there looking silly in a cute outfit?
So, Rel, is there anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
No, man, I just like I said, we definitely appreciate you for coming by. Just continue to keep everybody updated on that build as much as you can or you would like, because like I said, it's a very interesting build. Nice little play on words. But yeah, we'll definitely look to see the transformation and to see how everything goes, and just continue to do what you do. We'll be watching.
Thank you much. I really appreciate it. And I'll be sure to follow you guys on YouTube and promote you guys as well, because, again, this is a platform I don't get an opportunity to participate in every day. So I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. But, this is the part of the show that, things can go real left or it can go right or vice versa. It can go either way. Should I read? Should I?
Bro, you were froze just a second there, man.
Did I? That's it.
Hey, you were froze for a minute. That's a sign you don't need to.
Well, you know what, man? We're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, we love what you do. We love the car. We love the DIY videos. You're doing a great job with everything that you do, marketing, with the Entrastang, the wordplay, everything. We love it. That's why we bring you on here, because you're a dope individual.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. But guess what?
Oh no, it's a joke.
Let's get the heck up out of here because it's time to go. Hey, out of here because that way.
Gotta go.
No, but we appreciate you, and we hope to have you on, later on down the road, when the car gets done.
Definitely. When I come back, I'm gonna be talking about a car that's running. And then if you guys are ever in the area, please hit me up. Brother Rails, you and your wife. I hope to meet you guys in person one day.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for tuning in. Y'all being great, and thanks for your support. And tune in. I'm telling you, we dropping bangers. So be in for a treat on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, same time on Wednesday. We're going to do it again. So I'd like to thank everybody in the chat. I'd like to thank you, Entrastang, for coming through. I say that. I say this. This is Customizing the Ride, baby. We out.